Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When we lie, we usually lie in three ways. One is by direct lie, say something totally unreal that it didn't happen, nothing that of that kind, 100%. Then the second one is lying by omission. You omit certain things and therefore you lie to make a certain point. And the third one is by interpretation. So you can give a certain event, you give it a different interpretation. Even though things are clear, you still interpret each and everything over there as different. Like for instance, you punch someone in the face and you say that actually someone hit your fist with his head. Okay? We know exactly what happened, but you continue to say, no, actually he just fell on my fist. All right, so this Zelensky comes and tells us about the missiles. I thought there were two, I'm not certain how many now, that fell on Polish soil. That, initially they said it was the Russians, and then after about 5 minutes they realized, no, it's not the Russians, it's a Russian missile, but it's most likely Ukrainian air defense missile S-300. Now it's a 99% certain that's what happened. It's coming from the Ukrainian military. They don't have as of now. Now Zelensky comes, so this thing occurred on the 15th evening of 15th. Now is the evening of the 16th, and over there is morning of the 17th. Over there being in Europe, when Zelensky. I'm trying to make the chronology so you understand that this thing is not, he's not saying this, Zelensky will not make this claim based on, oh, we don't know yet. So this article was written at 6:36 p.m. over there. 6:36 p.m. over there, okay? Now over there is probably, what time is here? I would say about 1 a.m. So it was written when certain things were already known. This is what Zelensky says. This is according to Ukrainska Pravda on Wednesday 16th of November at 18:36, so 6:36 p.m. Zelensky on explosion in Poland. I have no doubt that it was not our missile. Right? That's what he says. President Volodymyr Zelensky is convinced that the missile that fell in Poland on Tuesday was not Ukrainian. Now, the first one here, I have no doubt that it was not our missile, could fall in the first category, which is lie straight. The second one is the one that you give a little interpretation, the one with a fist, remember? He says he's convinced that our missile that fell was not Ukrainian. No, it's true it was not Ukrainian because it was Russian made. So then you again avoid that. He doesn't say it was not fired by the military above. He's going to say this probably later, but as of now, this is how the article goes. Zelensky on air during the 24/7 Nation joint newscast on 16th of November. I have no doubt that it was not our missile or our missile strike. Oops. So again, not our missile strike, not our missile. Okay, maybe it was someone else. He already knew. Biden said the investigation was done as of then. I'm confident that we should and will take part in the investigation. I want us to be fair. And if it was the use of our air defense, then I want that evidence. First, the investigation, access and data that you have, end quote. Oh, all of a sudden, he likes facts. All of a sudden, he wants to take part in investigation, right? He wants us to be fair. He wants access, information, data, all right? Well, let me think about certain people that, let's say, Ukraine convicted as war criminals by Ukrainian courts. Were the Russians invited? No. Why is that? What about the Bucha massacre and all that? Will the Russians be invited? I don't think so. Now let's go to something else. Remember the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines when they were blown up? Who wanted to have access over there? And that someone was denied access to the investigations. Yes, correct, it was Russia. So Denmark, Sweden and Germany, who had the little investigations, denied Russian access to the investigation. So Zelensky, it seems like right now you might be facing reality. Reality is you're not important. You are a little dog over there, and this is our business, what we find out here. You just sit tight and be quiet. But he's not. Data. According to the president, he received reports from the command of the armed forces of Ukraine and air forces and cannot but trust them. Okay. So based on those reports, he claims this. Zelensky also believes that Ukraine should have been allowed to enter the crash site. So he thinks that he should be allowed to go in Poland with investigation and be allowed to do that. Yes, I totally agree in a good world and in the world we are told we live in. In the real world, it's not like that. Go and stay in line as Russia stays in line with Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines in the Baltic Sea. Remember those ones? They were not allowed access. Yes, they should have. Yes, you should have been allowed or should be allowed access, but you will probably not. Don't cry. That's the way things work. You now are just a commoner. You're not that president of Ukraine who for the past 10 months have been hailed as the greatest general in human history, better than, I don't know, Alexander the Great or Napoleon Bonaparte, and I don't know, more peace-loving than Mahatma Gandhi, and more, I don't know, strong and determined as the people in, how do you call it, Thermopyles, you know, the Greeks, the 300 Spartans, or the guys in Stalingrad in the Second World War. So he's not that person. He's just a little puppet put in a place, elected by, he was elected, but promoted by certain interests and groups, and he's over there. Okay, so now he's what he is, just a clown. Now he's just, the door gets slammed in his long nose. So he says, Zelensky also believes that Ukraine, should have been allowed to enter the crash site. And I'm quoting, can we not say the final conclusion? No. Do we have the right to be on the investigation team? No. Of course, he said. So no, you are like Russia. You're not allowed. You are tier number 3 on the world stage, or 5th from 1 to 5. All right? That's where you actually belong, but you don't like it. Yes, I know now you want everything to be fair, but when it's the other way around, you don't care about it. I'm not talking about Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2. You have nothing to do with that, I think. I'm 99% certain of that. But at least the Bucha, the other investigations, do you think that you will have them? We're going to have investigated and the Russians invited to see the evidence over there? Did you invite people when you found, mass graves? Were the Russians invited? No, so shut the fuck up. Or you can talk, but now you're pushed by your masters in your place. According to Zelensky, Ukraine is a human shield for the whole of Eastern Europe, and did not hear this from the West. So now he claims the same fucking game they played all history. Victims. We are the victims and we shame you. And you are guilty. You must have your guilt right now. Technique. The same time work, right? Because it seems like it works against Christian idiots. Because the Christian idiots should wake up and do what our ancestors did and smack them a few times here and there. You know what I mean? And say, you know what? Enough with shame blaming here and shaming us. Unbelievable. He also said that during the night, he spoke to the leaders of other states in a confidential matter. Currently, according to the president, Ukraine has not received an invitation to investigate the circumstances of the missiles fall in Poland. And you probably will not, because that's a matter that they have to figure it out, and they have to lie to us. And you are a big mouth, so you will be kept outside. Probably it was a Russian missile. It's not impossible. Probably it was Russians hitting that little town. But they don't want to say it was them, because it would be a big problem. And if they invite you, you will not keep your mouth shut, and you will create, as you want, global problems on your own. It seems like the West kind of like puts him a little bit, where he belongs. They're afraid to say, yes, you know what, it was the Russians, but we can't say that out loud, because they're going to imply we have to follow the Article 5 or 4 or whatever of NATO, and we have to do this and we have to do that, and no, let's say it was an accident, blah, blah, and people will forget. And Zelensky will say, no, I want them to know. I will tell everyone. And everybody's like, okay, ready, go. Go and tell them now. So probably. And by the way, I looked over that town that's in Poland, where this incident occurred, and I looked over the satellite to see, well, you have some debris, you have some, how is that possible? How can that be, to fall on that town? How big is the town? Well, I looked over the map. I don't know if there are about 30 houses, 30 maybe. I have them here on satellite. I asked that's the village over there. What you see green is their backyards by the main road. How is it possible that a rocket be hit somewhere and the debris, you know how big is a rocket, right? The debris falls, now is the debris, is not the rocket, the missile, I'm sorry, falls on that little town and kills 2 people. Do you see how almost impossible is to kill 2 people with the debris of a rocket or missile? Imagine how big the missile is. How big could that be? 10 meters. I give you 10 meters of metal, and you shoot it in the air, I don't know how high, and it just explodes, and it falls right on one little village in nowhere. It's not a big town, and it kills 2 people in the village of 20 houses, or how big that is. Please look at the town. I'm going to spell it for you. Please look on the town. I think it's more than we know. It is Przewodów. So it's Przewodon. All right, look for that in Poland, and you're going to find it. You're going to find it where it's exactly. It's by. You could hit that only if you shoot somehow from the westward extremity of Belarus. So if you hit right from there, you go west, you go south straight to try to hit Lviv, that they said they were hitting, and then go a little bit east to hit Lviv. It was like this kind of thing. So anyway, the fact is something happened over there. These guys say it was not us and we should have access. Yeah, I think you should have access, but you will not. And stay there where you belong. You like the treatment? Of course you don't like the treatment, but you like the treatment, or you didn't say anything about the other guys when they were treated like this. So that tells me how what are these guys' real values. Now remember, this guy was and still is on the payroll of bigger interests, and the minute he's going to disobey, he's going to be either removed or left alone. I think he's going to be removed so they can continue their reaching their goal in Ukraine. So he must be very careful. But maybe some people get drunk with power, and they think that they really are what these guys say they are, and they're not, and he's not. He's just a clown. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Dangerous clown. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.